Welcome back, everybody. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely. Always excited to get into these stats.
You know, we've been digging into all sorts of soccer data lately, and
Yeah.
some of it, honestly, really fascinating stuff.
It is, yeah. You find some really interesting stuff when you
Yeah.
start looking at the numbers a bit more closely.
Today, I thought we could focus on, a couple of key metrics that I think really help
Okay.
unlock a deeper understanding of how teams and players actually perform. So we're going to be looking at points per game, PPG as it's commonly known.
Yep.
And goals scored per shots on target per 90 minutes.
Okay.
So get ready for some aha moments, hopefully.
What I think is so exciting about those two in particular is you're kind of moving beyond just wins and losses and really looking at how teams are performing.
Right.
And why they're doing well or maybe why they're not. That's where the real insights come in.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's start with PPG. You've probably seen this stat thrown around a lot, but what does it actually tell us about a team? So, for example, we've got some data here from the ISL 2024-25 season.
Yeah.
And it's got Bengaluru FC at the top with a PPG of 2.7.
Yeah.
So what's the significance of that number? What does that really tell us about them?
Well, basically, PPG is a measure of consistency and how successful a team is overall in the league. So a high PPG, like Bengaluru FC's 2.7, it indicates that they're not just winning matches, they're winning regularly.
Okay.
And that's huge because obviously it means they're getting those crucial points, putting themselves in a really good spot to challenge for the title.
Okay, so PPG helps us see who's leading the pack. But it's not the whole story, right? There's more to it than that.
Exactly. It's a really strong indicator, but it's just one piece of the puzzle.
Right.
We can't forget about goal difference, head-to-head records, even their style of play. All of that matters too.
Yeah, absolutely. So PPG sets the stage. But to really understand how teams are finding that success, we need to kind of dig a bit deeper.
Right.
Which brings us to our next metric, which is goals scored per shots on target per 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Bit of a mouthful, I know. But I think what's really fascinating about this particular metric is it goes beyond just looking at how many goals a team scores. It tells us how efficiently they're converting those chances that they get.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about quality over quantity with this one. So this metric, it sheds light on a team's finishing ability. Are they making their shots count? Are they capitalizing on the opportunities they create? It reveals a lot about, their attacking prowess and their precision in that final third of the pitch.
So I guess two teams could have a similar number of shots on goal. But the team with the higher point hunt on, goal scored per shots on target per 90 minutes, they're the ones that are truly making their attacks count.
Absolutely, yeah. They're not just creating chances, they're finishing them with accuracy. They're composed in front of goal, they're making those critical moments count, and that's what makes the difference.
Now, you mentioned that this metric, this goals scored per shots on target per 90 minutes, also can help us understand individual player performance.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And we've got some data here breaking down goals by player nationality.
Right.
So it shows Indian players scored 53.54% of the goals,
Okay.
while foreign players contributed 46.46%.
Oh, right.
But then things get really interesting when we look at, the age breakdown. It seems like senior foreign players are significantly outscoring their Indian counterparts.
Yeah.
You could explain that.
Well, it definitely raises some interesting questions. I mean, the fact that senior foreign players are having such a big impact on the score sheet suggests that maybe teams are strategically investing in those experienced international players who bring a higher level of, finishing and tactical awareness to the game. It could also be things like coaching, training methods, the development pathways for younger players. All those things could play a role.
So just to kind of recap a little bit,
Yeah.
PPG gives us that broad understanding of a team's overall performance, their consistency in the league.
Yeah.
And then goals scored per shots on target per 90 minutes. It kind of goes deeper, reveals how effectively they're turning those attacks into goals, gives us a glimpse into their tactical approach, and even the individual brilliance of their players.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And, when we connect all this to the bigger picture, it really makes you think, how much do things like team strategy or individual player form, even the quality of the opposition, how much do those things actually influence these metrics, and how do those metrics change over a whole season?
Yeah.
Lots to think about there.
So much to think about. I hope you're all feeling as inspired to dive deeper into these stats as I am. We'll be back soon with more, but until then, keep exploring, and remember, sometimes the most fascinating stories are hidden within the numbers.
Absolutely. See ya. See you next time.